Righty then, welcome back to the channel. United have beaten Luton Town, as we expected to do. 1-0, maybe not as we expected to do, at Old Trafford, meaning we get another 3 points in the league. Now, we were expected to beat Luton Town, and we did beat Luton Town, and the game went a little bit as you would expect, I think. We did score, but it was nervy, and there was an underperformance from, honestly, a lot of the team again. And this is where it starts to get worrying for me. Because I don't know what we're trying to do at the moment. I look at us and go, I actually couldn't fully tell you how Manchester United are trying to play. And half of that is the injuries. The injuries are real and they are significant and they are hampering how we want to play. Our first choice centre-half pairing is Varane and it is Martinez. I always get Eriksen and Martinez. I don't know if it's the beats of those two words. I always say one and mean the other. Anyway, Martinez and Varane are our first choice centre-back partnership. And they're never available. And there's a good chance that Varane might be done. United need to start looking into somebody else. January, we are going to need a new centre-half, 1,000,000%. Whether that's Todibo, whether that's Kevin Danso, whether that's somebody else, Manchester United are going to need to bring in another centre-half. We cannot go into the second half of the season, as we are, and just expect that it'll be sound. There's not a prayer that it's going to be sound. Now, I think the two centre-halves today had fairly decent games. They controlled a lot of the ball. Unfortunately, there wasn't any penetration, really, from them in terms of breaking the lines. They had a solid enough game without the ball. Oh, my light's gone out. Because my car's gone off. One sec. There we go. They had a solid enough game without the ball. And they held a lot of possession, but they didn't have good possession. Lindelof actually did really well. He had over 100 passes. Really didn't give the ball away. Very safe from him and obviously massively important goal. But if Lindelof doesn't score, where do the goals come from? Where do the goals come from? Marcus had one shot. Rasmus did have some chances. I haven't seen the big chance just yet. So I missed the first half because we were still playing. We just got a 90 plus 9 last minute winner to win 3-2. Wait till you see the refereeing decisions in that game. But I did manage to see the whole second half. So I've watched the entire second half and I banged out on Twitter, what did I miss to everyone to see what have I missed in the first half. Most of the replies came back saying nothing. And someone's put the opportunity to waste 45 minutes of your life. So that's cool that I didn't actually miss anything. But I believe there was a big chance from Højlund in the first half, which I have not seen. Now, Højlund's had 3 shots in this game, which is more than he had in the last Premier League game. So that's good. And I'm almost kind of relieved that he's having chances to miss. Because it's a big worry for me, where are United's chances coming from? So you've got Bruno, who's going to create some chances. It wasn't loads today, 2 or something. But Marcus isn't creating chances. Garnacho isn't creating chances. And they're also not scoring for themselves. So these wide men, what are you doing? What are you doing? You get to be selfish when you're putting up the sort of numbers Cristiano Ronaldo used to do. Or were you doing what Marcus did last year? You can look at his goals last year and say, I don't really care if you're getting assists. You're getting goals. It's fine. We're scoring. Or if you're doing the sort of thing that Mo Salah does. Now, Mo Salah gets a handful of assists, but really is a goal scorer. That's what he's there to do. And that's fine. You don't really give a shit if he's getting assists, and actually he does chip in with assists. Because really it's about, you want those forward players to be contributing goals, right? And then not contributing goals. And then Anthony didn't create jack shit when he came on either. So my worry is, you play Scott McTominay in midfield, he's never going to be an 80, 90, 100 pass per game kind of guy. So who are we trying to be? What is the identity of this? And I can't stop thinking about this since Erik Ten Hag mentioned this the other day, where he said, oh, we will never play the way we played with Ajax. And you're like, well, hang on. I was trying to analyse what we were doing last year, and I thought that was very much what we were trying to do. We can look exactly what you did at Ajax, exactly what we're doing in Manchester United. We can draw a lot, not all, parallels between the two styles, and you can draw conclusions from that we're trying to come up with a similar style of play to what you was renowned for with Ajax. Now I think the confidence is, what the fuck are we trying to do? What are we trying to do? Are we counter-attacking? Are we holding possession? Because I'll tell you this, we're doing neither to a high level. Neither. So I worry for this United team. How are we creating chances? How are we defending? What is our sort of ongoing philosophy? Now, this will probably improve once all the first choice players get back, but Scott McTominay is starting week in, week out. And actually in Copenhagen, there was a fair few times I saw him play some very intelligent switches. But he's not a player that's going to hold possession. We're not seeing enough of Amrabat for me. Is he not fit? Like, what's going on there? We signed Mount for what reason? Again, we do analysis and look at what this player's done, how he might fit into the team, and then we don't get that. It's very, very frustrating. As a United fan that wants to try and be a little bit more knowledgeable when it comes to tactics and analysis and that sort of stuff, it's frustrating when you spend the amount of time and work, and I think we do a fairly decent job with the scout reports, with the analysis, with this, that and the other, and you think you can identify what someone's doing, and then it's just nowhere near that. And when you try and look at this Manchester United side at the moment, I'm going to be doing a video. United are trying to build up in a 2 and a 4 at the moment. But there's so many question marks about what and why and what does that mean and where do you extrapolate this and what does that mean for our signings. Like, we're obviously approaching the January transfer window. United are desperate for a centre-half. As I just said, like, you can make a case for half a dozen very good centre-halves that United should be looking to bring in, but we definitely need one of them, at least one of them. The fact that Johnny Evans is now injured for a few weeks, who's probably been our best centre-half this season. Martinez is out till after Christmas. Varane, I don't know if this is people just on a wind-up or whatever, but it does seem like Varane is positioning himself for a move to Saudi Arabia, possibly with Casemiro. Varane was a very good value for money buy. Casemiro was a lot of money. And we got value for money out of him last season, but if we only got that one season out of him, the 70 million looks like a bad investment, doesn't it? There's a lot of very, very good footballers kicking about that could. Like, I look at just if we had a couple of players like Idrissa Gueye, could we have not stopped him going to Everton? Or even the Onana that they've got. Let's get a pair of Onanas going on. I think there's so many players that improve this United side without having to go to the Ballon d'Or 11. There's so many basics in this side. We're patched up with loan signings and free transfers and people who don't want to fucking be here. There's so much pressure on Højlund at the moment, and he's getting desperate. You can see it in the way he plays, and there's a nervousness. There's a nervous energy about Old Trafford at the moment because we can't trust this team to deliver 3 points. We can't put a team away like Luton. So you're nervy going into the last few minutes of the game. So the national break can't come quick enough, man. It's rough out here as a United fan at the moment. But I will say, it was probably much better today. You get a win, you get your 3 points, you keep a clean sheet. It's one of the worst teams in the league, granted, but you've got to take the positives when you can. So that was better. I just don't see how we're going to build on this. Maybe we do need to get the boys in that Radcliffe's sorting out and just have some direction about what we're doing, because it seems like on and off the field at the moment, this United side just lacks both. Want to know your thoughts? Bang them in the comments. See you tomorrow.